others, a strong presence of police personnel as well, Niyamika, to prevent the situation from going out of control.
You can see that the dramatic visuals can be seen here as the Congress Party's MPs are also now trying to jump over these barricades. It is Shakti Singh, Gohil, Amrita Singh, Rajo Ganing, Syed Nasir Hussain who are trying to jump over these barricades which have been put up here by the police and the administration as there is no such permission which has been taken on the part of the I.N.D.I.A Bloc MPs to take out this protest march, and that is the reason why the police is now trying to stop the MPs as they are now trying to jump over these barricades. You can see that how police has also trying to to stop them from taking this protest march ahead of these barricades which are being put up here. You can see that a scuffle has also been broke out between opposition MPs and the police as they are also trying to stop them to march towards the Election Commission of India's office. However, these I.N.D.I.A Bloc MPs are now sitting on a dharna at the road as there is continuous scuffle as between the police and the opposition MPs as it is not being allowed to move forward as though there is no such permission which has been taken by them.
Those are the visuals that you see on your screens right now, an impromptu dharna being held on the part of opposition members of parliament. You did try to see a couple of them trying to scale the barricades that have been put outside Transport Bhavan in the national capital. Now, these members of parliament intended to march towards the Nirvachan Sadan or the Election Commission of India, and they have been stopped from doing so because there's been no prior permission to hold this protest. The MPs there, those who are sitting on a dharna, are now trying to speak to the media as well, and vent their frustration at not being allowed to go towards the Election Commission. They've been holding protests pertaining to the conduct of the SIR underway in Bihar, and of course what they believe are allegations of vote rigging on the part of the EC in collusion with the BJP in states like Maharashtra and Karnataka. Let's try to also listen into what the MPs there are saying.
एफिडेविट मांगा, हमने एफिडेविट दिया, लेकिन उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ने मिलकर के चुनाव आयोग को गुमराह किया। चुनाव आयोग गुमराह हुआ और किसी पे कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। हमारी मांग है कि जिस तरीके से वोट काटे जा रहे हैं, वोट मिटाए जा रहे हैं, गरीब जनता बात को नहीं समझती है, इसलिए कम से कम वोट बने, सबका वोट बने और चुनाव आयोग इंतजाम करे, कोई डुप्लीकेट वोट न बन पाए। डिलीटेड वोट अगर कोई अधिकारी करे तो उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हो। सरकार अगर शामिल हो वोट चोरी में, सरकार अगर शामिल हो वोट कटवाने में, ये देखिए सरकार तो नहीं चाहती कि वोटर लिस्ट लीक हो। अगर ठीक हो तो कभी त्योहार नहीं करते। हम लोग भी उत्तर प्रदेश हमारी बात चुनावों प्रॉब्लम वोट चोरी हो रहा है, आपको लग रहा है वो ज्यादा स्टेट। क्या लगता है विधानसभा का चुनाव भी अगर इसी तरीके से हुआ कितना फर्क पड़ेगा? अखिलेश जी निकल गया, कूद क्या है क्या?
So those are the visuals that you see on the right of your screen. That's Akhilesh Yadav, leader of the Samajwadi Party, also member of parliament, trying to cross the barricades. And of course, he held a press conference there, an impromptu press conference. On the left of your screen, of course, you see Dimple Yadav, also a member of parliament, alongside Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, holding a protest as well. very close to the Transport Bhavan. You had Rahul Gandhi also present at a site, albeit at a certain distance there. Supriya Sule, among others, who were present in large numbers, registering their protest against the Election Commission of India, that they believe is acting in complicity and collusion with the Bharatiya Janata Party to manipulate elections in the state of Maharashtra and Karnataka. Let's once again look at the sequence.
Towards the election commission, but the permission has not been given to the MPs, and now what we see is that the MPs are sitting on the road. Now on the other side there is a massive police barricading over there. We have with us Mr. A. Raja from the DMK. Sir, now what we see is that barricading is being done, and you are not being allowed to move towards that side. What do you have to say? Justice! There you see the MP sitting on the ground. We also have Supriya Sule over here. Ma'am, you all are sitting on the road. You're not being allowed to go to election commission. What exactly is the message, ma'am?
It's a very peaceful march, generated and given march of freedom. Mahatma Gandhi did a very peaceful march, and just in the transparent and fair elections. B.R. Ambedkar ji on the constitution to fair and transparent elections.
So that was my colleague Mohit a short while ago speaking to Supriya Sule, Member of Parliament belonging to the NCP Sharad Pawar faction, and also Mr. A. Raja, Member of Parliament from the Nilgiris, hailing from the DMK. So the I.N.D.I.A Bloc, of course, making its presence felt in large numbers. Members of Parliament belonging to the I.N.D.I.A Bloc holding a massive protest in the national capital, claiming that their rights are being trampled with, that they're not being allowed to march towards the Election Commission despite deciding to march peacefully. Of course, there's no permission that's been officially granted to them to make this march towards the Election Commission, towards the Nirvachan Sadan. A short while ago, you also had Akhilesh Yadav speak to the press after trying to scale one of the barricades that have been put in place by the security personnel there, and he ended up repeating the same charge that this is amounting to a trampling of the fundamental right to free speech and expression on the part of the protesting members of Parliament. He has also, of course, sought transparency on the part of the Election Commission as well. Let's once again listen in to what Akhilesh Yadav said.
ये मीरापुर का चुनाव है जहाँ पर पुलिस ने वोट रोकने का काम किया, और केवल यूपी में न जाने कितने वोटर्स को वोट नहीं डालने दिया सरकार ने मिलकर के। अभी हम लोग तय करेंगे कि क्या करना है। ये मीरापुर का चुनाव है जहाँ पर पुलिस ने वोट रोकने का काम किया, और केवल यूपी में न जाने कितने वोटर्स को वोट नहीं डालने दिया सरकार ने मिलकर के।
Well, let me go across to Bhavtosh as well. Bhavtosh, the I.N.D.I.A Bloc members of Parliament pretty well represented there in these protests, and Akhilesh Yadav alleging that there's been vote chori not only in places like Karnataka and Maharashtra. He's citing an example from Uttar Pradesh too. Bhavtosh, if you can hear me.
Yes, in fact, he just spoke to the media. He's still there, sitting on the ground, and he's being prevented. Yes, Siddharth, in fact, if you can hear me, Akhilesh Yadav is sitting on the ground. In fact, he has been stopped just near the PTI building, and it appears that he will be taken from here. He has been detained from here to the new police lines. What the police have said is that they don't have any permission. They did not even seek any permission, and that is in fact a violation of the prohibitory order. But a massive protest by the opposition leaders, the fact that Akhilesh Yadav managed to scale the barricade, it was very dramatic visuals, and then in fact he spoke to the media. He claimed that democracy is under threat, that there has been deletion of voters list, not only in Karnataka and in other states, but he specifically spoke about Uttar Pradesh, and that's what he has been insisting, that Election Commission of India should assure and should in fact come out in open and say that elections that are being held in India are honest and free. He has said that the voters list that are being prepared are in fact something which is very suspicious. Election Commission of India earlier in the day said that Jairam Ramesh should come and speak to them, but it is the entire politics that is surrounding over this issue since last week when Rahul Gandhi held a press conference that went for nearly 9 minutes, that has in fact helped opposition to come to, and that is the reason why this protest is taking place. These opposition leaders, particularly Akhilesh Yadav, has been detained along with I.N.D.I.A Yadav. They all have been detained here. It's likely that once this protest eases out, they will all be taken into the new police. Massive deployment of police personnel along with paramilitary forces. Dramatic visuals just few minutes back when Akhilesh Yadav managed to scale from the barricades, and in fact he's scaled from the barricade. He was stopped and then he held an impromptu press conference. In fact, if I can ask my VJ Harish to show the visuals, he's still sitting on the ground speaking to his supporters. He was accompanied by the Samajwadi Party supporters who had come here. They all are saying that there has been some kind of unfair practices have been adopted by the ruling establishment. An Election Commission of India should come on record and say that these things have not happened. All these developments are taking place after Rahul Gandhi held the press conference last week.
Bhavtosh, stay with us. Let me once again go back to Niyamika as well, who's been covering these protests very closely from the ground. Niyamika, Akhilesh Yadav a short while ago bringing the case of Mirapur in Muzaffarnagar in Uttar Pradesh. He was referring to the bypoll that took place there and was showing pictures of what he describes a police personnel essentially threatening voters and preventing them from casting their vote. That's the allegation that the Samajwadi Party has repeatedly leveled against the police there over the bypolls that took place in November last year.
Well, yes, indeed. I would firstly like to show you the visuals here, Siddharth, as how it is the Samajwadi Party workers along with Akhilesh Yadav are currently sitting on a dharna on the road as they are continuously, asking permission to march towards the Election Commission of India's office, while on the other side it is the police person who are trying to convince him to go back, as they are not allowed to hold this protest march, and it might be possible that if it is going to continue, the I.N.D.I.A Bloc MPs are also going to be detained because the manner in which they are trying to jump over these barricades, as just now it is Akhilesh Yadav who is currently sitting on a dharna on this particular road, as he has also made some allegations regarding the Mirapur bypolls in this particular media bite which he has given just now, as he has stated that there was some kind of manipulation of votes which was being done at that particular point in time as well, when the bypolls have taken place in Uttar Pradesh Mirapur seat, and for that reason he is now currently doing a dharna here just in front of the PTI office, as the police is trying to stop these MPs of the I.N.D.I.A Bloc parties to hold